Hey everybody, it's minor mod time. Time to give the 2020 carbon fiber track pack a little flair, if you will. I got some goodies from Bemaro Films. I'll put up their address here. And we're going to take a look at what I got in the mail. I got it laid out on the hood, so here we go. All right, so in the mail, I got some vinyl decals for the car, various locations. Let's see, so starting up here in the corner, this is for the front black bumper, the GT500. This Shelby decal here goes on the splitter. These smaller snakes go on the side badges. The bigger ones go on the front and aft. And then these guys here, these here go in this black area here on the side. And these guys here go down the center on the hood vent. This car is fresh out of paint protection film and ceramic coating. So I'm just going to clean the areas with isopropyl alcohol. Now I've seen some online where people are using adhesion promoter or even some silicone. I don't want any residue left here if I decide later to take them off. So I'm just going to use isopropyl alcohol to clean the area there. And we'll check, see how well they stick. And then also in this GT500 area here. Now my front bumper cover does have paint protection film on it, but the letters here, because it's such a sharp angle, are cut out. So there's no film actually in the letters, but the whole area does have ceramic coating on it. And then obviously we'll clean up all the badges, before we apply the film on there. So here we go with the mod. All right, so step one, isopropyl alcohol, good lint-free rag. I'm just gonna go around the car and clean up all the spots that I will be applying the film. Cleaning complete. So now I got it all clean, I'm going to start the install. The first one I'm going to do is this lower splitter here with the Shelby letters. So if you've ever applied vinyl decals or vinyl stripes, anything like that, you can do it dry or wet. I'm going to use the wet method. Dry meaning you just apply it, and it sticks right away. When you apply it wet, you soak the area down, soak the backside of the decals if they're bigger. And then it allows you to kind of manipulate the vinyl into position and then tack it down where you want it and kind of squeeze out the water from the backside. So that's the option I'm going to do. It gives you more flexibility. And also a lot of times vinyl arrives with, there's kind of the wax paper, if you will, on the back, and then the vinyl itself. And then it's covered by a clear sheet on the top. This is just the letters affixed, or the decals affixed to the wax paper. So you just peel off the letters and stick them. I'm going to start by spraying the area down with water. Just get it good and wet. And then we're going to peel the letters off and stick them in there. Got the splitter done. Letters look good. Now, like I said, I was using the wet method. What I didn't mention about the wet method is another benefit of that is when you soak down, I'm using that spray bottle there. When you soak down the area, it washes off any lint that's on the piece that you're working with. So that's another thing that helps. So when I applied the letters, like I said, I did the wet method. And then I just used my finger as well as at the end I switched to a thicker pile rag to kind of work the tighter corners. And just worked on getting the water out, getting all the bumps out, smooth it out. And then as I go around the car and work on the other pieces, like this one is up next here, I'll come back and push on it. You know, it's still got water under it. It's still curing, but I'll work on it, you know, come back and revisit it. Don't just let it sit there is what I'm getting at. I got both sets of letters on the front done. Shelby on the splitter and the GT500 and the front bumper cover. This GT is one continuous piece, and you know, a lot of like the T sticks down, the G curls, so a little bit of a challenge, as well as like the 5 there. You've got skinny little vinyl arms going in both directions. So just you know, spray it down, work it into position, and then tap it. You can't just go squeegeeing it real hard because you know, with your finger, because it'll come out of the detent there. But just start tapping it down, and then like I said earlier, I just got a higher pile cloth here, or a rag, microfiber rag, and just kept pressing it in the corners and working the water out. And while I was doing that, I kept coming back down here and revisiting these letters, working the corners and squeegeeing out the water. But yeah, and I'll hit them some more as I'm going around and hitting the other spots on the car with the vinyl. But so far so good. Incidentally, the snake badges do have the clear plastic, or you know, whatever this is, vinyl on the top. I can only assume that is to hold the shape of the snake all together in place. But I just pressed it on there lightly. I haven't done any squeegeeing, but just lined up all the lines with the metal on the bottom there underneath it. And now I'll press it into place. Now this top film I won't remove until after it's dried for quite a while. It's voiceover time. So when you're applying these Cobra badge vinyl decals, they have the clear, you know, kind of opaque vinyl top layer on that. So just do your best to try and line up the you know, snake graphic on the badge itself. It's a little difficult to see through the opaque top layer. Do your best to get it lined up. You know, make sure it's wet, slide it around, get it lined up perfectly as you can, and then just press it down. As you can see there, I was pressing with my fingers, you know, with the clear plastic in place. Now let that sit and dry for quite a while before you go lifting off. And oh, by the way, I speed tested all these, you can see there, and I didn't have to buy a vowel, so it works. Just put the rear one on. Hello. Yeah, very reflective panel back here, but just you know, lined it up, sprayed both the badge as well as the back of the vinyl, and you know, lined it up, moved it around a little bit, and then just press it down, work all the water out from underneath all the red vinyl, and let it sit and cure. Got these little vanes installed next to the headlights. I think they look pretty good. That's with them on, and I haven't done the other side yet. That's without them. Letters are all drying nicely. If you're wondering which way these go, so here's the last one I'm doing. This kind of the corner of cutout from the triangle, if you will, where my thumb is, that goes on the outside edge, right where the where it folds over to the bottom. So the big pointy corner, you know, closest to the headlight there, that's where that goes. The sharp tip goes up, and the cutout part by my thumb goes in the bottom outside of the car, in this case on the passenger side, so bottom left. If the bottom parts of these vinyl decals that wrap over start flipping out, coming out unstuck because you're using the wet method. I'm just using a flathead screwdriver and pressing up on the bottom side there. Just hold it for a 10 count or so, and then it starts to adhere and stick. And then once all that water is dry out of there, then they'll stick just fine. Those little side vanes are all done. I like it. We're going to try pulling off this top clear layer together, see how it goes. So I went around a couple times and just pressed all the red through the clear. So let's see if it's sticking well enough. Yeah, that works much better. Lovely. And then I will press it down gently because it's still really wet. And I need to go get a rag to kind of tap it and dry it out. Looks lovely. Time for a Cobra badge check. So here's the one on the front. Light's bright. Yep, looks good. There we go. And go look at the other one. And then we'll finish up by looking at the back. Those look pretty good, and the color matches quite well. This is rapid red. Very reflective panel. There we go. Going back and checking the letters, the corners, I've found some of the edges kind of not sealed down very well, so I'm using a straight edge to just kind of work the edges down and press them down, squeezing out any excess water that's still under there. But anything that I see sticking up, just pressing it down up into the corners there. And I'm not driving the car today either. I'm going to let it sit and drive it tomorrow. In the process of installing these hood vent little slats, there's two slightly bigger ones at the bottom of the page. The big ones go on these first set here going up. And when you put these in, you put them so that the angle, like this one here next to my thumb, the lower part is towards the front of the car, if that makes sense, or the, so this one here, let me get a pointer. This one here would be on the driver's side. This one up here would be on the passenger side. So that lower tip is down, kind of pointing towards the engine, if that makes sense. But I just got those four lightly in place, and I need to tack them in a little bit better and then wipe it clean. Well, I finished installing all the Bemaro film. I'll put the website up again in case anybody else wants to do this mod. But I started with the front splitter. That turned out lovely. Then went on to the GT500 there in the bumper. And first snake was the one in the front. The side Cobra badges. And I'll hit the back Cobra badge here in a second. But then I went on to these little side gills, or whatever you want to call them. And then just finished the hood vent side slats, or whatever you want to call those. And I dig that look. and it actually goes very well with the paint. This is a rapid red, like I said earlier, but it works. I may end up doing some more of their vinyl. It's nice stuff. Pulled the car outside so we can see these vinyl mods out in the brighter sun. See the hood slats in there. Well, that's it. That's adding some film, a little bit of flair on the 2020 GT500. I like the look. Hopefully you guys like it too. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. See ya.